Don't blink, it's your boink. First of all, frig off. Second of all, hope you're doing well because I'm having a wonderful day on this 19 June 2025. Today, we are doing our special of Trailer Park. We're doing all of the extras. So, what are included the three movies and Christmas special and the Tale of Night of the Bad Guys. So, the reason as to why we're doing that is because I want to take a break from Trailer Park Boys because I did 6 seasons in a row. Then my answer to we did no. I'm so sorry. We did all these shits. We did 12. We did 12 seasons in a row, which is insane. Look at the clouds. This is beautiful. We did 12 seasons in a row. I want to take like a break from it. I wanted to be like, okay, well, what can we do? So then I started watching Kenny Penny, and then I was like, okay, well, this is Showcase again, and I just needed a break. But then Netflix put out the Trailer Park Boys Jail, which is something I never saw. So then I watched that, and then I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna be able to recap that right away, but I'm gonna be able to recap the movie. Now, I didn't see the movies, I didn't see the special lately. This is out of memories, so hey, who knows? We'll go with Christmas special because Christmas special is kind of the prologue to Trailer Park Boys. So why is it prologue? Well, in the timeline, it makes sense. For example, Randy just meets Randy. Julian give Ricky his New Yorker 95, and Ricky fucks it up, which is funny. But then there's so much more than that. So the Christmas special is phenomenal. The reason why I know is it's kind of special because it's not the first episode, but they make it seem like it's the first episode. For example, why do I know that? Because in season one, Bubble was not as important, or not as important, but in Christmas special, he's as big as a boy. So this to me is meaning that they talked about it after. So Bubble comes in. He doesn't have a family. He has his present, not supposed to open. And this one, which is the funniest thing, is that J Rock and Tyrone are nerds, and they take the place of Corey and Trevor, which is unbelievable. And then they discover weed, and because of that, they become rapper, which is fucking funny. There's a lot of scene with Bubbles and J Rock. What else? Well, we got now in a relationship, Jim Leahy and Barbara, and it's the craziest thing because Barbara being nice, she picks up Randy, and then Randy we learn that he's a male prostitute that Jim used or had sex with. So that's kind of funny. But at the same time, Barbara is the one that shows kindness to him. So she's like, "Hey, I'll hire you. Can you want to come with us? This is Christmas season, so you should be living with us." And then at the end, she tells Jim, you have a drinking problem. You can only drink on Christmas." And then Lee's like, "Fuck it." Randy's like, "Fuck her. Drink whenever you want." We also meet Ray. It's just good because with Ray you have like the explanation of Christmas. You have the famous meme moments of Santa Jesus God, which are the same person for Ricky. Or not the same person, by the way. Rick LaFleur. What else? See, this is a lot of memories, right? So we meet the Donnie, we meet the whole cast. It's weird because we meet the whole cast, but we don't. For example, there's no Philadelphia Collins. I don't think there's Jacob. Yes, they go to church. We know that Ray's super religious. Now, the cool part is, Trailer Park Boy doesn't really tell us that Ray's religious. There's a couple of times that they tell us. For example, in season 5, it talks about the Bible. A lot about the Bible. In season 2, he buy a Bible for Ricky. And season 1, it talks about prayers. And to get back to the bad guys, he lives in a dump and he's praying, which is really cool. So there's a lot of small things that you see. One of my favorite moments is they want to sell drugs in church, which is kind of crazy. And Bubble, once again, is the one that saved them. It is airing out the dirty details. Julian has a business of stealing gifts from cars and selling them, which is kind of crazy, but not really. Because you know what's crazy? Because in season 7, I got bitten by a mosquito and it hurts like a bitch, bro. In season 7, we got J-Rock. Did the same thing with luggage, so I thought it was kind of cool. Now, moving on to the first movie of Trailer Park Boys, The Big Dirty. The Big Dirty, in my opinion, is the best movie of them all. It is a perfect, picture perfect Trailer Park Boy movie. Why? Because the graphics are improved. But it's also a story from Trailer Park. So, for example, every single episode is a narrative. Oh, this happened, this happened, and this happened, and this happened. This is the narrative. To me, The Big Dirty feels like that. It feels like a couple episodes together. We got Rick and Julian's in jail. It starts with a hold up, which is super cool because you got Corey and Cherry fucking up. It really feels like this. There's a couple characters, like for example, I feel like Bubble does. He exaggerates a lot his movements because the movie was big. So Tripper Boys wasn't supposed to be big. It wasn't supposed to be as big as it is. It was just a dream. It was just like, hey, this could be funny to do. And yeah, so the first movie, there's so many stuff. For example, the fact that Trinity isn't Trinity itself. She's another kid. The reason for that is because the mom of Trinity, it was crazy. It was insane. Trinity came out later and said a lot of things about that. We'll talk about this, of course. Trinity, and I understand the mom. So Trinity, which is the funny part, is she does season one, and this is all something that she said. Her name is Jenna Harrison. On Instagram, she is gorgeous, and she has an OnlyFans, which I'm not subscribed to because I don't support websites like that. Your body, your choice. My money, my choice. Right? If you want to sell your ass to somebody that's paying. Right? If you send nude picture, it should be out of love, not out of a need for cash. Just saying. Somebody's watching TV loud. I'm not gonna complain because I'm a good guy, but I'm just saying. So what happened is, Trin, mom wanted her to be an actress, and she didn't read the script. She was just like, okay, well, guess what? You're gonna be in the show. And then she watched first season. I'm like, oh, I cannot believe my daughter's involved with that. So she took out Trinity, and then Trinity, she went back. She came back in season 3 because they said we really want her back. They said we use one of the Ricky's characters. We'll be careful to swear less with her, which they didn't do. But then the movie, she was like, okay, well, the mother was like, I don't want my daughter to be associated with that her whole life. So, in a way, her mom was right. There's a lot of actors, especially young actor, that get typecast. So, for example, a George Costanza, a Julia Louis-Driver. They made some role that lasted for so long. One of the people that had the most problem with that is Rainn Wilson. He's like, well, it sucks. Or Bryan Cranston with Hal from Malcolm in the Middle. They get seen as this character. Trinity would always be Trinity. However, Trinity that came out later and said, hey, these guys are my family. I like them. They're nice to me. They're like a family to me. I want to work with them. And then the mom's like, okay, yeah, you can. Which is super cool. I like that a lot. We're gonna be, guys see me well? I'm really gonna be putting out the lights because it is a bit dark for me. It is 9 o'clock after all. The sun usually set at 9:10, 9:15, so. Sorry about this, guys. Sorry about this. So yeah, we got bit by mosquito. We're fucked. So come back to the first movie. It's so cool because we got everything we need. Ricky and Julian in jail. Now this is a cool thing. This is when you see how different they are. Ricky's like, yo, Julian's not having a good time in jail, which is a motivation for him not to go back to jail. Ricky, however, he likes jail. So it's like, even if I go to jail, I don't really care. We have this hockey tournament. And it's so freaking nice because this hockey tournament is, oh my god, it's just so cool. For example, the boys from jail, they send Ricky hockey cards that they made themselves, which is a picture of the boys. And it's just so cool. And they're playing against the guards, so that's kind of cool. Trinity is like the stealing some barbecue, which we see or learn about season 2. There's a major problem with the first movie. There's a major issue. We don't know when it happens. We don't know timeline when it happens, which is a big problem. I think it's in season 5, because in season 5 Lucy gets new tits, and in the movie she has big tits. That's why I think. It's my only clue. Also, since they don't use Trinity, we don't get a whole Trinity from season 1 and 2. So then, in the movie, You got Julian meeting a stripper, exotic dancer, which is kind of cool. The big duty is what? The big duty is one job. Once you've done it, you're done. You don't have to work anymore. You don't have to steal anymore. And then everybody's like, you don't do it. And Julian meets this guy Cadillac in jail. I know the movie by heart. This movie, I swear to God, is so fucking watched in my household that the DVD to watch it is broken. It's kind of scratched. She kind of like tells him, "Hey, if you steal change, nobody knows. You get to it's ten from there 1,000 first of all, and it's not retraceable." So now what ends up happening is. He finds the perfect plan, which is a machine that has a lot of change in it. One of the machines that you can guess how much there is, which is kind of cool. And that's pretty much it. So Julian has his girlfriend. Ricky's getting back with Lucy, which is really good. Bubble has his Pikachu. However, Leahy fucks around. Just like they didn't pay their fees, so they have to go out. So they have 30 fucking 60 day to leave the park or to find the money. So they kind of messed up. We have a renewal vow with Ricky and Lucy because they never got married in season one, which is kind of nuts, which is kind of crazy in itself. And that is pretty much it. That is the movie. There's a couple of really cool scenes, like Ricky going into the ashtray to get some cash. Fucking greasy Sonny, which I fucking hate. That's pretty much it. Now we got a second movie. Second movie being the Countdown to Liquor Day. Countdown to Liquor Day is supposed to take place when Trailer Park Boy ends. So Trailer Park Boy was super popular. Then they did season 7, and like, okay, well, this is it. So they did two things. They did a special, which is Say Goodnight to the Bad Guy, and they did Countdown to Liquor Day. I'm going to say Countdown to Liquor Day as first, because Say Goodnight to the Bad Guys is really when they say stop. Countdown to Liquor Day is kind of funny as the boys, they go to jail. Life completely changed. Leahy bought half of his park. He doesn't drink anymore. He is in a really good position. However, he's fucked because the sewage line are below Ricky's trailer. No, Julian's trailer actually. So they have to ask Julian to like, can we buy your house? So we can destroy it and we can make the whole other half of the park good. It's super different. Ricky still wants to do his things. Julian wants to be legit. This movie to me is a bit less good because they do the character of Julian. In this one, Julian is bisexual. In this one, Julian is kind of the problem, and he has like, everything against Julian. I don't really mind it, but you don't need to dirty characters, right? Julian's one of our favorite is our top 3, right? So why dirty him? Why dirty him? Dirty fucking, what do you like? I don't know, Jim, Barbara. They're still important, but it's not the same thing. So Julian wants to do a success auto body, which doesn't end up to be successful, which is he repairs cars. There's a couple of cool scenes where they show how much work they did, which is super fucking nice. Now we have the whole day. People have no respect. No respect. I live in a ghetto, so that's normal. So then Ricky goes there and it's like, yo, fuck your success. And he has this weed thing. And he creates this weed, and for the first time, phone closed because it was too hot. That's okay. We got the cold cheese. Yes, you heard me right. Cold cheese to solve the situation. Ricky turns out to be having a great idea, and he comes in and he's like, yo, this is the situation. Bubble have his first love story with a girl from the SPCA, and he has been called a neglector, which is bad for him. He used to have the food for the cats. Leahy bar that, so that's kind of crazy. There's this huge battle between between Leahy, Brandy, and Bubbles, which is kind of fucked up. And then Ricky shaved the hair. For some reason, Julian wants to use Randy. And the thing with Randy is that Randy's a really weird character, but it makes sense. Randy always felt like he is with Leahy, but always also with the boys. Now the reason for that is because uh, Pat Roach, which is play Randy, has always been super close to Ricky, Julian, and Bubbles. Like if you were to ask for the fourth member of the boys, it would be Randy. Right now, what they're doing on SwearNet is they're getting cooked with Ricky, and getting cooked with Ricky is now getting cooked with Ricky and Randy, which is kind of funny because Randy had a show on SwearNet, which was the podcast with Jim Leahy and Randy, but it didn't work because Leahy sadly passed away. Rest in peace, John Dunsford. So don't legalize it. It's Leahy going the deep end because he broke up with Julian. My God, he breaks up with Randy, and Randy goes stripping, and then the boys save Randy from stripping and say, "I'm gonna feed you, but you have to help us." And it's like, okay, yeah, no problem. A man's gotta eat, you know. Then Leahy becomes an alcoholic. Surprise. And there's a bunch of things in this one that are super impressive. For example, Leahy comes in the first time he's drunk. He comes in. He's like, "Do we have?" Ricky tells him, "Do we have Leahy the friendly drunk, or do we have Fucky the fuck clown?" And then he's asking him, "Are you a good drunk, or are you not a bad drunk? Are you at a level where you can control yourself, or you can a level where you're gonna be losing control?" And Leahy's like, "Oh, you never know when the circle's gonna come in town," which means that there's possibly a time where Leahy was able to have his alcohol under control, which is season 6. Leahy's drinking and he's still the boys, which I love. That's pretty much it. What else from How to Liquor Day? Oh yeah, so Ricky goes back to make his to get his studies. Julian wants to steal a bank. He says it's easy to do. People just don't have the balls. So that's kind of cool. Leahy has a attempt, which he goes into his underwear and wants to jump from the roof. However, for the ruse, after the end he got his money, which ends up being him at Punta Cana, which is kind of crazy. That's pretty much it. Honestly, what am I forgetting? Randy becomes a male prostitute. You guys know that. We got Phil Collins on the Dirty Burger, which is really good because Dirty Burger was established in season 6, but also season 7. So that's also important. Am I forgetting something? Okay, that's good. Now we're gonna do Second Night to the Bad Guy. Second Night to the Bad Guy is by far, and again, last time, please, by far, my favorite piece of Trailer Park Boys content ever. And I do mean ever. It is the perfect, in my book, the perfect, it's so hard to say. It is the perfect representation of Trailer Park Boys and what a special should feel like. You see, the Christmas special was really good. However, the Christmas special felt weird because the Christmas special felt like an intro to a show that we already have. So it's really weird. Second Night to the Bad Guy is the finale. So this is okay. So what happened was Showcase produced Trailer Park Boys. There was another one which is called E1, which is a Canadian movie industry that created the Trailer Park Boys. And Showcase wanted we want our finale also. There's a special intro for that. It is so good. Randy and Leahy are okay with them. Leahy's okay with drinking. Randy's okay with smoking weed. It's super good. Got the boys who made the crime, and the Second Night to the Bad Guy is so fucking good because it is everything what we want. It is a grown Trinity. It is a happy Sarah. It is a dirty burger that Randy is no longer a part of, which it has to be the funniest fucking scene. See, don't Second Night to the Bad Guy is funny, yes, but it's no. I'm so sorry. It's interesting, yes, but it's more so funny than anything else. There's some gold mine in there. There's fucking I don't know if Lucy's in there also. I hope. Well, yes, she is because Lucy left in the later season. So yeah, so Ricky and Lucy are together, which is really rare. So they do a job, right? And they do a job, and this is the perfect ending once again, because you got continuity. Trailer Park Boys sadly had a really big problem with continuity. They're reusing characters. It's a big problem. And in this case, it's not. For example, they did a crime, and because they did the crime, they have money, and then Julian's like, yo, we're gonna wait a year. We're gonna do like a casino move, like a Goodfella move, like a Godfather move. We're gonna wait for this money. We're gonna wait until they forget about us, and then we're gonna spend it. We have Ray who's in jail. Ooh, they're having fucking Lobster in jail. Not in jail, sorry, in the dump, and they're praying to Jesus in the dump, which is kind of fucking amazing. But it's more than that. Then Julian hides the money in the car. They steal the car. They steal the money. The police arrest Sam Losko, which stole the money. So that pushes Julian to make to make to make crimes. Now the funniest thing with that is there's a heat wave, and Leahy sees that there's a place called the Recreation Center. Again, you might have remember him talking about the Recreation Center when he was doing this sex game with Randy, and it's right, which is funny. And then he's like, "Yo, they're making a lot of money. There's air conditioner there. People are happy." So Julian's like, "Okay, I'm gonna help you out." So they organize some things, which is free dope, Ray good liquor, because Ray has got a liquor, and oh my god, it's so fucking funny. Bubbles says that he has a job, and Bubbles' job is I'm a good old liquor man, and which is old Canadian dirty, old Canadian whiskey. And they're taking, oh, this is amazing. They're taking shampoo bottle. They're taking dish soap, and they do something that's really cool. They did like the raw vodka, so they take bottles that are supposed to, you stick the sticker of rock vodka, you're done, you know. So that was really interesting. And then it's something that gets you drunk. It's something that's so sassy, as Bubble say. Bubble in this one is my favorite, honestly. So then, because they're fucked, they work together with Leahy and Randy to organize something. So Julian tells Ricky, we need to be close to our enemies. We need to be friends with Randy. And he's like, what do we have in common? Ricky says that you have a son in common, which is a young Randy. We do see a young Randy in this one, and it's the first appearance and last appearance of the baby. Because at the end, they wait for, I think it's 8 years before season 8. So, you know. So, what am I forgetting? Oh, I'm forgetting so much. But I don't want to miss anything. We got a relationship. Jacob and Sarah are together, which I love. They're so funny because they live in the RV, or in the RV recreation vehicle with Phil, and he's taking a shower, and Sarah's like, "Phil, please." It's just fun. It's not clear if Lucy's with Ricky. I don't remember, but I don't think it matters at this point. Got a grown up Trinity. No, she's grown up and don't. Oh, she's grown up and don't legalize it. That's what I'm thinking about. Why is she so important? Well, because Trin. Crazy thing is, I was following her, and she's 32 years old, so she's my age. Well, she's not. She's not. I would have never guessed. Which is kind of important. Yeah, kind of important. Because when she was 4 in season 1, I was 4. So I got to live something vicariously towards her, through her. So living something through, you live a show through the singer voice, you know. What else? So they have this plan, preemptive liquor strike, where they want to get freaking, they really want to get. They really want to get Leahy's drunk. After Leahy thought about everything, he brought Cyrus, and Cyrus is coming in, and he has American Knuckle, and he wants to fight. There's this whole thing about her dancing dirty, which is weird. Julian's in charge of management, which is kind of cool. Ricky's in charge of the dope, so he sells joints, big joint for $5 as a price, and he sells Ray good liquor. See, no respect. Do I mind? I mind never making noise, because when I make noise, they give me shit. And if I give them shit, then I'm not cool. You know? So we'll give them shit. But what else? Oh yeah, can I forget that? The funniest thing of the show is Bubbles' bologna sandwich. Bubbles in charge of the food. If you know Mike Smith in real life, Mike Smith had a couple of restaurants, so him being in charge of the food makes sense. Yes, it makes sense. I kind of like that. And he's talking about bologna sandwich, and it's so fucking cool because he hates bologna sandwich. He's like, fuck bologna sandwiches. And even the funniest thing about it is he says, okay, so there's a couple of moments that are golden. So, for example, Phil, uh, Phil, uh, he has a couple of lines in this one, but it's amazing. So Randy's talking about how because he was getting so high, he couldn't get to the dirty burger, and then Phil, in the background, he's like, he's talking, and then he's talking to the camera. Then Randy turns around and said, "Can you see I'm making a show, Phil? Chill the frig off, chill the frig up." And then with Phil's, I have to make it listen. I have to make you guys listen to it. I'm sorry, I don't have a choice. I am sorry. I am so but so sorry. This is one of the best, if not the best, moments. Okay, so you gotta go Netflix. This is just amazing. Trailer Park Boys. And we're gonna go with Second Night to the Bad Guys. Again, are you kidding me, dude? The Scarface with bubbles. This is so cool. Oh my god, wait a second. Go to that movie, which I don't really like. Oh fuck, I forgot to do one last shot. And I forgot to watch the first one and the second one. Oh well. That's life, I guess. We'll do a part 2 of this. We'll do a part 2. In between. Is this one? I feel like it is a bit earlier than that. Oh fuck. I have to I got a good comment. Such a good observation, keep it up.
Stay still, it'll be a lot easier. This is happen one way or another. Gravy. 1.21 gigawatts.
This I fucking love Trailer Park Boys.
Expects me to take care of all the food. Take a guess what it is. Fucking bologna sandwiches. I don't know if I'm interested in all this fucking dirty dancing bologna sandwich stuff. Fuck bologna sandwiches.
Oh, this is it, this is it. Wait a second. Where is it? Where is it? I need it. I need it so badly. I need it so badly. I know it's around here somewhere. Yes.
Didn't turn out too rosy. Fucking walrus. Sure has high all the time. He ate just as much as I did. Maybe more. Shut the frick up, Bill. Can't you see I'm doing an interview?
I had to fire Randall from the Dirty Burger Partnership because he was baked all the fucking time.
So the bitch was high. This is great. So they go to the to the night, the party, and surprise, it doesn't turn out well, right? Surprise, it doesn't turn out well. Cyrus gets in trouble. They were trying to fuck over Leahy by getting all the money from the night. It turns out he fucked them over because they were on probation and they had guns and they had weed. So, you know, fucked over. They go to jail. And then they said, don't follow us anymore. We don't want you to follow us anymore. And then they get into a big fight. So this is pretty much it. This is it for Trailer Park Boys. Now, you would think that was it. I'm sorry I didn't watch one last shot. It's not really related to Trailer Park Boys or the prequel, which I didn't watch, which is my bad. My bad. I don't have time to watch it tonight though, so it's gonna be a forget about it. We had the last movie, which is Don't Legalize It. Don't Legalize It was great for a couple of reasons, but horrible for a couple of reasons. Which realized that there's a lot of reasons why I didn't like it, that I shouldn't be able to like Trailer Park Boy Gel, which came out this week. So Don't Legalize It is kind of super interesting. So Trailer Park Boys has always been about weed, right? It's one of the first stoner show that I watched, and possibly one of the last stoner show that I've ever watched. And then in Canada, we were talking about legalizing weed, right? And it's political because they were outraged because people that sold weed went to jail, and because they went to jail, they cannot get a governmental job. But what if the reason why they went to jail was because they sold weed? like I cannot sell weed because I got a criminal record. The criminal record that I got is now legal. So what the fuck is that? You understand? This is kind of they're kind of right for that. So they go in. It's just this one I didn't like it as much because it's more so on the road than on the trailer, which I missed the trailer to be honest. There's just so many good things from it. So we're gonna go in very slowly. The first thing that we see is Ray's funeral, which is in the dump. Kind of funny because how people react. We got Leahy was super sick. Leahy being super sick is so Second Night to the bad guy it's weird. Second Night to the, no I'm so sorry. Count to Liquor Day is weird. Count to Liquor Day was political, but it's how can I say that? It's super weird. This is all alleged. So, because this is all alleged, they had they still had something. Du Bois apparently were in talk for Swearnets, but it wasn't concrete. And then they said, we have to make a movie. And they did a movie, and they saw how much it worked. So the talk of Swearnet was something already, but seeing how well the movie worked was definitely a plus. It was like, this is a confirmation that people are still down for Trailer Park Boys. Don't Legalize It came out, I think it's 2016, and if I'm not mistaken, Trailer Park Boys ended in 2006, 2007. Yeah, which is crazy because Kenny vs. Penny ended up in 2008. Two Golden Show of Showcase, which is weird. Got myself a text. You think it's loud enough? Or you think you can put it higher? I don't mind. It's just for you guys. I could have music. You know what? I'm gonna have music. Yeah, but then I'm not solving shit. I'm avoiding problem. What can we do? Sucks because lately it's been all fucked up. We have this new neighbor, and it's complex. There was a balance before, right? The balance has been shifted. That's pretty much it. So don't legalize it. Again, started off with Ray's death. You got Jacob as a piss monkey who's stealing pee for Julian. And I gotta say, the pee business is kind of the smartest thing that Julian ever did. So the craziest thing is the crazy statement behind it. So for example, we're talking about a movie to legalize weed, right? And the movie to legalize weed was because of legalizing weed. But the business of Julian is, for example, you do a test. They drug test you. You can buy clean urine. You can even buy cocks, not real cocks, but plastic cocks, which never replace a plastic. Plastic cock will never replace a real cock. Ladies out there, listen to this. A plastic cock will never replace a real cock. And for the fellas out there that believe that they cannot do a good job, you still have a cock that's better than a plastic cock. So use that cock to its good, to its potential, to its hidden potential. I wish it was a very motivating thing, but we go with Buzz Light cock and talk about to infinity and beyond. Right? Sounds good. Sounds great. So don't legalize it. It's Jacob who ends up being in the army. Now this is so sad because it was the perfect job for Jacob. Jacob is a piss monkey. Jacob follows order, but that's pretty much it. Now sadly we don't know what happened between him and Sarah. They're not together. And this one, J-Rock is with Sarah. So this is kind of weird. The boys have not been doing well. Ricky is the one that's been doing the best. He has this weed field. However, his whole weed a fucking let's kill. I've been getting bites because my blood is sweet. I eat a lot of sugar, and I've been getting bites like crazy. So, fuck you. That's one. More sugar. Ricky has been doing well. He has this whole operation for me. And the cool thing with the operation is he's making everybody's work. At the end, J-Rock works for him, Julian works for him. It's just super nice. Julian has been having his operation, but it's not well. It's not good, and Julian constantly wants more, right? So then, which is really crazy because they do this deal with Montreal. This is nuts. This is nuts, but at the same time, this is why Trailer Park is such a good show. Um, we want to go into it right now. Okay, this is a huge part. So the motivation behind Julian Quest and this one is he has a good deal with people in Montreal to buy clean piss, clean urine, and it's so funny because he has to go. So okay, I cannot do it. I have to wait a little bit. So we got Bubbles. Bubbles is living under the trailer of J Rock, and he's doing really bad. He's slinging chicken. What he does is he goes to people for chicken and cigarettes, and he buys them for them, and then he'll make some dips. He goes on his bike, and he gets chicken jacked. This is so fucking funny. This is so fucking funny. Don't Legalize It has a couple of golden moments, lots than other things, which sucks, but it has a couple. So, for example, Bubble comes in and he's drinking, and he's drinking Swiss. You guys know Switch from the Swish from the second season, Man Got a Heat, which was Leahy's alcohol, which is I Never Cry Shit Wolf. Too hot. Phone is too hot, so as long as we get a audio clue of the phone closing, of the camera closing, so that's good. That's great. What was I saying? Okay. So Bubble has not been doing well at all. Even J Rock's like, I told him he crashed, man. I didn't mean 3 years, man. And he goes to deliver chicken, and then he's drunk. Then he gets attacked. He gets attacked by people, and they're like, yo, the police doesn't do nothing because they're like, they call it a drunken fight over fried chicken, which has got to be the funniest thing ever. They don't want to pursue it because they think we're both drunk and we're just fighting for chicken, which is super funny. I got chicken jacked, which who does that? With Trailer Park Boys. Now, the scene of the off-road is so fucking funny. Ricky comes in with his track pants, and Jared's like, man, this sweat hound rock. No man of his age should be wearing those pants around. J-Rock in this one is it's a bit weird because J-Rock is kind of successful and he wants everybody to be successful, which is good. But like, dude, you don't have to force people. Like, for example, he wants Bubbles to be veterinarian. He wants Ricky to be doing something of his life, right? Which is kind of stupid. And he wants a couple of competition. I got bitten here now. Now I can feel it, which sucks. So then, Bubble received a letter from his parents, and they left him a house in Moncton. Now, I'm gonna spoil it. The house in Moncton is a bus. So Bubble had a shed. His parents had a bus, which is so fucking funny. So they have to go to Moncton. Now they have a choice. Either they go to Moncton or they go to Montreal for the piss. Which is funny because when you go to Montreal, everybody has a French accent. It's a shame because they didn't hire French people. So there is a person with a French accent that is covered by our English accent. So there's this English person that has this English accent pretending that she has this French accent, which fuck up the whole show. So then they go, and Bubble is really worried, and he wants to go there. And he's like, yo, first, Julian tell Bubble, like, please first, gotta go to Montreal, then we'll go to Moncton, I promise. But then Bubble is worried. It's like, yo, I want to see the house, I'm sorry. So then, but Julian gets in trouble with him. Because he says the quality of the piss is going to be deteriorated. So then Bubble's like, quality of the piss. Can you hear yourself? The coolest thing is the friendship between Ricky and Julian in this one. They're really close, which I like. I want to see more of that. Ricky and Julian should have been, during the show, they should have been closer. I don't know why they didn't. It's a personal choice. I didn't like it. If you guys liked it, you did. It's cool. I didn't like it. So then what ends up happening is Julian... oh yeah, so they go to Moncton to find a house, and then Julian calls Ricky's like, yo, they're gonna legalize it, we're gonna do is take care of it. And he's like, oh my god, I have to take care of it. And then when they go to Moncton to get the house, like, what if Bubble say, I'm gonna miss it? And then Julian's like, I'm gonna miss him too, man. But that's his choice, you know? He's trying to help Ricky. And at the end, they're hugging each other, which is cool. So then Bubble gets this new house, and it doesn't work, he goes to Montreal. Now, you might be wondering, what is the antagonist of Trailer Park Boy, Don't Legalize It? It is Leahy and Randy. See, Leahy has this big disease, and he's like, yo, if I don't stop the boys now, I'll never be able to. So he follows them. So what happened is, to find his, the doctor told him that is okay. So the doctor told him he has this huge problem, which is super fucking funny. Is medication don't react well with alcohol. He's all constant pain. He has a spasm in his body. So they tell him, "I'm gonna lay off the booze, otherwise the medication won't work." Then Leahy goes to get the white liquor, which is cocaine, and he gets it. Then following the boys and then trying to stop the boys. It's super funny because he hides the cocaine beneath the car of Julian. That's super funny. It's a whole show. The reason why I like this part is stupid, but it feels like the old show where there was a race, and it's a race that lasts a couple of days. You got each team and they're chilling together, and it's just good times. It's just good times, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's don't legalize it, and this is it for Trailer Park Boys. I'm gonna be doing two things. I'm gonna take a break from Trailer Park Boys. I'm gonna wait 2 months or 3 months. I am gonna be viewing the cartoon. Then I'm going to be viewing the Trailer Park Boy Jail. Now, the good thing with those two is I possibly watch a cartoon 3 times versus the 5 time of Trailer Park Boys. And I watched Trailer Park Jail 1 time. So we'll get to watch them, and we'll get to know them almost by heart. We're still going to do a review, right? Sounds good? Sounds delightful. I'm happy you're happy. I hope that you're happy that I'm happy that you're happy. Aren't you? Or are you?